Oh man, the best show on TV right now is this beef between Pusha T and Drake. So let me just catch you up and then we'll tell you what we know as of this taping. So this all started, well, I mean, honestly, it's gone back like 10 years, but it really started heating up when Pusha T had the song Infrared on his most recent album, Daytona. And in that song, he definitely took some shots at Drake. Now, Drake responded and he just sighed before he released the Duppy freestyle, which he really calls out Pusha T. And everyone thought, oh, this is gonna be the end of that, because in that Drake song, he references Pusha T's fiance by name, and so we were like, well, that's pretty heavy. And Pusha T actually clapped back in a way that I don't think we have ever seen before. Dan and I were just saying, wow, it's pretty intense. So Pusha T did clap back with the story of Adnan, where he outs, among other things, that Drake has a son that he has been hiding with a French porn star named Sophie Brousseau. And then also just the album art itself, before you even listen to the song, is Drake from 2007 in blackface, and this wasn't an altered image. Pusha T took to Twitter to clarify that this was an image that he had found from a photo shoot that Drake did. So we haven't heard from Drake lyrically yet, but we have heard from him in a statement that he posted to his Instagram story saying, okay, I know everyone is enjoying the circus, but I want to clarify this image in question. This was not from a clothing brand shoot or my music career. This picture is from 2007, a time in my life where I was an actor and I was working on a project that was about young black actors struggling to get roles, being stereotyped and typecast. The photos represented how African Americans were once wrongfully portrayed in entertainment. Me and my best friend at the time, Mazen El Zadig, who is also an actor from Sudan, were attempting to use our voice to bring awareness to the issues we dealt with all the time as black actors at auditions. This was to highlight and raise our frustrations with not always getting a fair chance in the industry, and to make a point that the struggle for black actors had not changed much. So people on Twitter were, going back and forth on what they thought of that. Pusha T actually chimed in this morning. He called into a radio station, I believe it was 102.7, basically saying, I don't buy this apology from Drake because this would be the first time that he's spoken on black issues. He's been silent on basically everything else. So it's kind of curious that in 2007 you had this statement to make that you've been concealing for a while. That is where we have landed. There's so much more to dig into. It's just a buffet of beef right now.
It's juicy.
So now that we've all caught up, what do you guys make of this?
Just like from a surface perspective, you know that you just got like rocked when instead of like clapping back on a track, you have to like issue a statement.
Yes,
It was
exactly.
like, all right,
this is serious now.
Last time I had a freestyle, but this time it's like, oh crap, blackface. All right, let me take to the typing.
And how genius Pusha T's like, oh, you think you got me? Okay, let me dig deep in the crates and bring out stuff. I liken this beef to the Pac and Biggie. Every generation has like a beef, right? This is this generation's, hopefully, and not perpetuating negativity, but Pac and Biggie's response records back in the 90s, music. Yeah, it was phenomenal, and people were glued, and then they both were murdered. But so this is like this is better. This is like the Young and the Restless for black people right now, and I'm living for all of it.
Well, it's just the music that they're producing. So I've been listening to Daytona, which is Pusha T's album, and I wouldn't have characterized myself as a Pusha T fan before, but this album was getting so much hype, so I was listening to it, I was like, this is really good. And Infrared is a great song on there. Yeah. And then Drake claps back with the Duppy freestyle, which is also good.
And I think it was like the same day.
It was like within 24 hours, I think.
The Daytona album was dropped, that he, rebutted with this Duppy freestyle.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. Obviously, they're both extremely talented in the way that they put all these songs together and their music. But I am just so curious if Drake has a secret baby. That's literally all I care about in this whole thing.
So what the rumor on top of all of this is that Drake is rolling out in a campaign with Adidas. Now, right now he's currently repped with Jordan, but there have been a lot of rumors that he's gonna be switching to Adidas. There have been paparazzi shots of him wearing Adidas. And so he's rolling out this campaign that he would be calling Adnan, and then that would be his rollout to announce that he has a son named Adonis, which is the name of the son, which is the name of Sophie's son. That's been confirmed. Like it was on like her birth cake or whatever, like
and it's also
the baby cake.
Yeah, it's also very curious that she has not shared like a photo of the baby's face at all.
But don't you guys, listen, when it comes to his kid and what he chooses to reveal and about his children, I think that's his business. I don't think Drake should be called a deadbeat dad or whatever that people are calling him online because he hasn't revealed that he has a child. That's inappropriate. I think that if he hasn't brought that up, cool, maybe he's protecting identity, maybe because Drake is I always say this, he's super freaking famous, so he probably wants certain parts of his life private, and that's okay.
Well, I think all is fair when it comes to rap battles. And that's what Pusha T was saying. And he was also saying that he doesn't like hang around with even people that he knows in his circle that are deadbeat dads. And so that's why he was like, I'm calling him out on his character, because that's just something I think is awful and he needs to respond to. And I think that Drake initiated this to an extent because he brought up his fiance's name. He said, I'll let my name ring on you like Virginia Williams. And he said, he was like, oh, gotcha, that's your fiance's name. And then Pusha T says, since you name dropped my fiance, let him know who you chose as your Beyonce. Sophie knows better, ask your baby mother. Cleaned her up for IG, but the stench is on her. A baby's involved, it's deeper than rap. We talking character, let me keep with the facts. You're hiding a child, let that boy come home. Deadbeat mother, playing border patrol. Adonis is your son and he deserves more than an Adidas press run, that's real. Love that baby, respect that girl, forget she's a porn star, let her be your world.
This was the best one out of all the rebuttals. This was the best response that I saw.
I mean, a human person, and he was just like, this person exists. Bye.
Yeah, he just dropped a bomb.